Is this thing on?
It looks like it's going to be one of those days with StreamYard today. That was super fast. Okay, interesting. It is on. It is on. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's definitely on. I know. Ow! Welcome, one and all, three of us, to Uncensored Radio Live. I'm saying Uncensored Radio Live today because Jeffrey hates it. He's not here to tell me no.
Why?
UCR Live. Because you see our life. I'm like, sorry, girl. Why are you gonna be so passionate about life? But you know,
where are you now, Jeffrey?
Hello. So as you can see, three witches of Eastwick are here today. So you know, keep it tight, keep it fun.
I want to be Cher.
You want to be Cher? Oh, so Vera's gonna be Cher. How is Cher today?
She's fine. She's old.
She doesn't know she's on.
She's trying to stream the show for her friends and family, only 4 of which who will watch it. But you know, hey, what can I say?
Any viewers are important in the storm, you know. We'll take it all we can get. Thank you for
nobody's
the one
dead.
person
Always
watching.
a good metrics for a good week in nursing. You know, nobody's dead.
Yeah, kick it off the right way, you know.
Yeah.
Low fatalities, high gains.
Yeah, that's right.
How are you, Luke? Who are you going to be?
Who am I going to be? I'm going to be me, Kim. No, look, I'm all right. I'm great. Nothing much is happening, I can't say, because it's raining outside. So, look, the most interesting story I can probably relay to you this week is that my dog, Rubble, who has starred on this show a couple of times, has completely destroyed my irrigation system around the yard. So he's ripped out the spikes. So now when I turn it on, it just jettisons water everywhere, so I can't use it anymore. No, he is evil incarnate, Vera. You've got no idea. He's at that age where he wants to destroy shit. Like, he's just chewed a hole in his water bucket. And I'm like, well, bitch, you're lucky it's raining because you ain't got no water.
It's now the great Rubble Geyser.
He's just
Destructo puppy.
He wants to be a landscape architect. It's okay.
That's right.
We're okay with that. We're okay with that.
What about your week, Steve? We never get to hear your week since
yeah, what happened to you?
What have I
9 to 5?
Ugh, 9 to 5, literally. No, not even 9 to 5, like really weird retail hours. No, my week's actually been quite quiet. It's school holidays, so I have no money because I haven't been doing any dance teaching. And it's so school holiday, I get paid fortnightly from my retail job. And it just happened that the last retail pay happened to fall just before this 2 weeks, and there's been no other pay. So the money's going out, but it's not coming in. It's like, oh, sad moments for me.
Yeah.
Oh, look
it's usually the start of a really good hooking career.
Hi, Chris. Chris is here.
Chris.
Special
Chris.
hey to Vera.
Woo!
Vera, I think you'll have to tell him about your Bonanza story later.
Oh, don't. We got Bonanza.
God, why did I ever tell you people that story?
we love it.
We got Bonanza in store. I think it's like a little halfy box set. I think it was like season 9 to 11. I was like, Vera. I thought of you said that. I was like,
actually, Vera.
Yes, dear.
I think that Bonanza video needs to go on TikTok because I know it exists because I edited it. And it's actually got the clip of it and you're like telling us the story. So, Chris, stay tuned to our TikTok, which is My Uncensored Radio on TikTok.
Get it right, because Jeffrey will kill you.
Yeah, no, I can't do it like Jeffrey. Jeffrey just rattles it off because he's a
But again, he lives. That's where he lives his life. He can't help it. He's turned into a TikTok queen, and he can't help it. He can't help it.
But
hey, look, he's doing well on there. He's got some videos that are blowing up. So I have to eat my words. Jeff isn't a failure at TikTok. He's adequate at TikTok.
Well, he's got videos that are blowing up. Isn't that success at TikTok?
That is success. It's just it's measured success. You've got to keep the success rolling. That's the problem. Constant. Constant content creation, says the
That's
Argo.
why that Bonanza video's got to make its way there.
Oh, no.
Who doesn't love constant content creation? But we have been busy. There's a lot going on behind the scenes at the moment, folks. So we've got interviews and stuff coming. We sat down with a good friend the other day.
Yeah. He knows another good friend of ours with a hockey mask, so that'd be fun.
There might be something coming next month for you uncensored horror fans. There might be a little surprise.
Oh, our friend Grady dropped a new book today.
Yes, I did get that notification.
I thought it was coming out in January.
No, Bob's, it's out.
I got a Barnes & Noble notification today.
That's come out yesterday in Australia for us.
Yeah.
Is the audiobook out yet? Oh my god, we have to talk to Grady again. If you haven't seen our interview with Grady, I just realized.
Plug it. Do it Jeffrey style. Yeah.
I looked through our videos, on our YouTube channel here, which is youtube.com/uncensored radio. And we have an hour 20 interview with Grady Hendrix. I didn't realize we went that long.
Oh, we were gushing. We were great. Having fun.
It was a great interview. He was a great interview. There was so much to talk. I managed to get every one of his fiction books done by the time we did the interview. So what
was your favorite? What was your favorite? I still am in the final bits of Final Girl.
See, I really enjoyed We Sold Our Souls, which was the rock and roll
I gave that to my girlfriend for Christmas.
Band one, and I also
she liked it.
My best friend's Exorcism was good too, so I'm really excited. This new one's called How to Sell a Haunted House, I believe.
Yes,
but I want the Southern Guide to Vampire Slayer.
Southern Guide to Vampire Slayer.
Yeah. Because that one I think is going to be the one that speaks to me.
But it's all going to be it's all that stuff will be coming out this year. So at some point there will be Grady Hendrix all over the place. So again,
all on Netflix and stuff. Yeah. And is Charlize still involved in one of his projects?
Charlize Theron was doing Final Girls Club, I believe.
There you
go.
There's
also
producing
a new show coming out.
She'll act in it.
She'll be in it. A lot like the IKEA's book.
Oh yeah. It was good, and he's got so many good things. If you like horror, and if you like I guess,
and even if you don't like horror,
even if you don't like horror, if you like well-written books,
to keep the non-horror fiction fans going.
Yeah, it's good. It's actually really well-written stuff. But anyway, enough about our author's corner. We have to maybe do a spin-off show. A spin-off show.
Where we knit and talk about our favorite books.
Folks, I did read all the original books before the Bridgerton series.
Oh, there you go. Vera is the queen of Bridgerton. Who knew? So, we before Luke came on, we've always had this deal that if it ends up just being Vera and I, we're going to do a Torch song corner for
we are
sing random songs for an hour. Vera was getting all excited. Vera's going to do the whole production. It's going to be amazing. That's okay. Maybe we'll do that when we visit you. Maybe we'll do that when we visit you guys. We'll do. I feel like there's going to be lots of random pop-up shows and stuff when we come when we come over. It's getting closer now, guys. It's getting very close. It's getting very, very, very close. I'm a bit excited. I've got to get some more money, but anyway. Should we jump into the world news this week, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Shield your eyes. Here we go.
Hot load of hot topics.
Oh, squirt.
Splat.
I will always just back that sound effect. All right, where to start?
Oh, do we go depressing first? Or do we...
Do you know what?
A lot of depressing topics.
There is a lot,
Steve.
but we're gonna start happy because. So as I was saying in the live, I went live. I usually go live before the show these days to try and get viewers.
I missed it.
But one person, I think it's Chris, that's still here. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
The one person that's still with us. I'm sorry, there's no famous faces today, just us. This week has been a lot of the past coming back to bite people in the booty, or correcting issues from the past or like secrets that have come about. So we'll start with something nice. Meghan and Harry have visited Queen Elizabeth the week of her 86th birthday, which I think
96.
is 96, sorry.
96.
96, 86.
I thought she was 100 and a half, but
No, but look, I think that is a lovely thing. Obviously, 96 is not, on the young side of the dial, and you got more days behind you than you do ahead of you. And I feel like he has always exhibited a huge amount of respect and care for her. Actually, one of the articles I saw today, is that the visit was to ensure that she was being correctly looked after and all that kind of stuff, because there's been so many rumors. There's been so many rumors about her health and lately.
I don't think there was ever an issue between Harry and the Queen, and even Meghan and the Queen. I think it's more it's their issue with the institution itself,
right.
which is fair.
Well, you know,
it's the same as any family, though. Like,
yeah,
I guess they just have a
people in your
global
family that you despise and people in your family that you get along with, but you kind of end up loving all of them, even the ones that you don't get along with.
And she just happens to be, the figurehead. Like she is the business.
Ever
you know what I mean?
said that he has anything less than respect for her. He always said he had a special relationship with the Queen Mum, or
the problem
or whatever they called her.
He calls her Granny, doesn't he? I think that's so cute. Can you imagine calling Queen Elizabeth Granny? It's like, hey, Granny, and she's so cute. Like I don't care what you say. She's still together. I saw video of her the other day, yesterday on the news, and everyone's like, oh, she's so frail. I'm like, if I make it to 96, I want to be jutting around like that. Like, hello, I just don't want to be
96. She's more lucid than Donald Trump at 70.
Or ever, some people would claim. Yeah. But I have a lot of respect for that lady. I think that she has literally given her life to serve her country. And
absolutely.
And everyone can criticize her, but we don't live that life. You know what I mean? We don't know what that is to do every day and
it's
take the responsibility.
Sacrifice of privacy.
Yeah.
Every single thing, every single decision is on view for the world to judge, and the world has.
Exactly. And she's had to make choices for the better of the country and the Commonwealth over her own family, over her own marriage, all that kind of that takes a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know that you certainly would get our Prime Minister doing it. He's too busy going to Hawaii. Should we talk about that? Should we talk about that? Should we talk about this fuck knuckle?
Oh my
God.
Yeah, we can talk about ScoMo.
We got lots to talk about with ScoMo. So he's had a bit of a look. So it is federal election time here in Australia, which means we're going to choose the leader of our country again next month. Yay! The opposition leader is taking opposition leader Anthony Albanese is taking a big hit for being less than prepared, not knowing the unemployment stats, and just fudging through a few interviews and all that kind of stuff, just making a few faux pas, which is understandable when you are not used to being at that level. He's now also got he's also to be like the head of the party, and it's his. But
he's also being set up to fail. Look, I'm not pro Labor at all. I'm not pro LNP at all. And, I think it was sad that the only thing that I've seen lately that actually hit the nail on the head was a One Nation cartoon where they were showing the debate, and it was the questionnaire was trying to stump Albanese while it just shows Scott Morrison in the background putting money into all the journalists' pockets as they're all cheering him on. And so, it's just going to be a completely media-driven, personality-driven election when really they're distracting people from what are their policies. No one really knows.
But are they distracting?
And Scott Morrison's going to give everyone $250. Whoop-de-doo. $250 when the cost of living's skyrocketing. What? I can go and buy a bottle of milk with it?
And so I would agree with you, but the last couple of days, like the approval rating for the Labour Party fell, and him as preferred leader, but the last couple of days has been a bit of a kick in the tits for ScoMo, and he kind of deserves it. So first of all, his representative, Catherine Deeves,
Oh
has
my God.
this is our prime minister. He looks like a child molester. That's okay.
We gotta stop accusing people of
Steven.
being child molesters unless they're actually
Yeah.
child molesters.
Andre Rieu. Look, so oh my God, there's someone watching. Katie McCarthy.
Katie McCarthy!
Oh God, hello. Good thanks.
But Steve, before you get distracted, tell us about Catherine Deeves.
So Catherine Deeves has gone. Well, there's been a bit of a digging into her past. She's come up with some very, very,
Oh my God.
very, very
Horrible.
offensive and left of field opinions on trans kids and
not just
gay
trans
parents.
kids, man.
And yeah, there's some. Do you want to share some of the stuff? What amazed you, Vera, as an American? Because
Well, first of all, I started to talk about this before we got on air, and I saw the word liberal next to her, and I thought, holy fuck, this is your liberal party? Because there is
same but
nothing
different over here.
liberal over about this woman. What was she called? Surrogacy, nothing more than prostitution and whoring. That she's backing the anti-trans athlete bill. I guess is new up for you guys. She just every single article that I clicked on was more horrible than the one before. I'm like, holy fuck! How is this woman liberal?
So yes, she believes that trans children diagnosed with gender dysphoria are simply on the autism spectrum, and if left alone, they would likely grow up to be gay or lesbian. That's a huge generalization, isn't it?
It sure is.
That sounds like someone who doesn't have any training in mental health.
That sounds.
Oh, absolutely.
So, this is on top of some other submissions she made to, it was like an inquiry into, like you're doing with the Don't Say Gay bill over there. It was kind of, protecting the children. Radio. Saying that gender-neutral toilets can lead to an increase in urinary tract infections because children and teens are fearful of going to the toilet. The written submission also claims that simply allowing the discussion of gender identity in the classroom could lead to children being taught that girls have penises.
I thought she was just worried someone would piss on the seat or something.
Yeah.
Leave the seat down.
This is
far more likely than anything else.
I have a statement that would make Katie McCarthy's blood boil, if she's still watching. This is directly from the report, arguing that New South Wales school children should be taught factually untrue and ideological concepts such as human beings can quote unquote change sex or quote unquote boys can be girls or have periods and some girls have penises. She also says, so this was the big problem, and then people have dug back. She deactivated her Twitter account earlier in the week. Surprise, surprise. But they went back to archive posts.
See, I think that's cowardly, though, too. Own what you said.
Own what you said.
Yeah.
She suggested that trans children were being surgically mutilated and that she found the rainbow pride flag triggering. In other tweets, she's also invoked Australia's First Nations stolen generation and the Nazi Third Reich for opposing her point of view. What? What a jump! What a jump!
That's
I'm
the
like,
American evangelical right. That's
I feel
the
like
same
she
kind
just-
of rhetoric that everybody who doesn't believe what the Christian right
is a
says
Nazi.
is a Nazi.
See,
Grooming children for pedophilia is, it's this heinous, dehumanizing anyone who doesn't believe in the white biblical agenda.
What did she say about gay parents?
That it's just vanity. There ain't nothing vain about my life, girl. I got fat. I got poor. I got a lot of stress. So no, it wasn't for vanity, honey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because
No, I think if Scott Morrison was smart before this election, and they should be doing this, digging themselves into all of their candidates they're endorsing. He should have just said, you know what? Because you know what? I don't even think One Nation had touched this bitch. Like, I think she's like a bit too much.
She's swinging free. She's out there like making the big statements. It's like, okay, girl. But look, it didn't help the Prime Minister either because he was in a debate this week. And
well, didn't
this may be a faux pas, but it is a big, big faux pas. So he was they were having a discussion about the National Disabilities Insurance Scheme here in Australia when a mother of a Sky News debate, a mother of a 4-year-old autistic boy was worried about her
money.
Her funding being taken away,
income.
and that's why she would be voting the way she is. Scott Morrison's response to her
was tone deaf.
This is verbatim.
Oh.
Jenny and I have been blessed. We have 2 children that haven't had to go through that. So parents of children who are disabled, I can only try and understand your aspirations for those children. Now, in itself, that is not a horrible statement, but given the conversation you're having, you have to be a little bit more cognizant of going, like, dude.
And I'd probably
really?
think, oh, I'm the Prime Minister. I've got to really approach this sensitively.
I need to be a little more informed on this topic.
Like, linking autism to some kind of punishment is not a cute look for anyone, really, is it? It's like,
well, according to one of his candidates, autism makes people into transsexuals. So,
yeah,
like,
we're all gay because of, I don't know. We all had too many hugs. We all had too many hugs as children or something. We should have been raised in a crate like Veal or something. But, dude, that is some troublesome stuff. Like, in election, like a month away from the election, you're like, oh.
There's like this anti-intellectualism afoot in the entire world.
I know. It's like we're stepping backwards into the 1950s.
The 1950s, we're heading back to the dark ages. We just
watch out for nuclear power, kids. It's like we're worried about it's the cold. We're going Cold War again. It's cute. It's a cute moment for us. Let's all get it. Can we build a bomb shelter while we're in America with you?
I have a stone basement.
Yeah, but like blast from the past. Like blast.
Can we make it like all cute with like red satin, red velvet lounge suites and like a
Twin Peaks.
Victorola, a credenza.
My brother-in-law does have a crank-powered light and a crank-powered radio down there.
Like Twin Peaks. Sometimes my arms bend backwards. All right. We can just watch Twin Peaks all the time. Look, speaking of horrible things happening to horrible people. Are we sad for Alex Jones?
Poor little Alex Jones has to go
InfoWars
spread all those horrible lies.
Notice it. Notice that InfoWars has declared bankruptcy, not Alex Jones.
Oh.
InfoWars has declared bankruptcy because
he
of
just
the
wrote that one off.
legal action taken against Alex Jones because of his comments on Sandy Hook. Again, like
his comments were heinous.
His comments are more than heinous. Like
his comments were horrible.
It's a defamation suit, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
said it never happened, and everybody involved was a crisis actor, just trying to, take our guns away because the government's coming for your guns. It's like, God damn it, the government's never got your guns. They've been taking the guns for my whole entire life, and I'm fucking old.
But
shut up about your fucking guns.
The article spells it out for us because Chapter 11 bankruptcy procedures put a hold on all civil litigation matters and allow companies to prepare turnaround plans while remaining optional.
Yeah.
Operational, sorry. Can't read.
The rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer.
Like, I'm like, dude. Like, how... Just admit you were wrong. Like, he tried to... he did try and pay them off. He offered to pay each of the 13 plaintiffs, $120,000
For the
Well, you
life
know what
of
he's
their
going to do,
child.
though?
for the
He's
life
going to
of their
move all of
child.
his money to somewhere else. He'll go bankrupt as well, and then he'll still be rich because a lot of most of the richest people in the
Donald
world
Trump
are
has gone
bankrupt.
bankrupt 7 times.
There you go.
Yeah, I just don't like him feeling like he can put a price on the lives of those children and the staff that died there because he felt like he needed to be a loudmouth to get attention. That's icky. That is
Well,
super
yes.
icky.
The whole lie crafted to get him attention is icky. You
Yeah,
know?
he's an icky individual.
He is an icky individual.
He's an icky
The world
individual.
is full of icky individuals.
But look, there is some comeuppance as well. So, Vera, do you know who Mac Miller is?
I do. He was a rapper. He
Yay!
dated Ariana for a little bit.
He is Ariana Grande's ex. So the man that supplied his drug dealer with the fentanyl that killed Mac Miller has actually been sentenced to jail. There is legal repercussions for some people. Like, I think that's
right.
I think that his family and his fan base and friends would have to feel some kind of vindication from that. It's been a long time coming, but especially when it's drug related, it's usually so hard to pin down who did
and
what.
It's a hard one too because like the dealer sold it to him or supplied it, but they didn't inject it. But I'm all for dealers getting charged, so I'm not angry about it.
I don't know how it is over there, but currently fentanyl lacing of street drugs is a big problem in this country. Fentanyl's easier to get a hold of because it's an end-of-life compassionate care kind of drug. And when granny kicks off, nobody's coming to the house to say, where's that fentanyl? And it's out on the street before you know it, and it's getting put into all kinds of street drugs, and people are overdosing at an alarming rate.
I think, and you've got to break it down, and it makes me seem like Sergeant Square, because believe me, I am not innocent I am not innocent. Look, without incriminating myself too much, I am not.
Just sing a Britney line. You're not that innocent.
I'm not that innocent.
But
if you are knowingly selling illegal substances, then you can't be surprised
when you're caught.
have legal repercussions if something goes
You're a
wrong.
criminal.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Without being too high horse about it, because let's be honest, who hasn't, had a little dance? Let's put it that way. Who hasn't had a little dance?
Turning the horse on its other side.
Ooh.
The Sackler family, who have knowingly addicted
another bonanza reference
of the word, the Sackler family have not yet they were lost the lawsuit, but they have not yet paid a dime, and they're still in appeals, and nobody in the Sackler family who knowingly addicted half the country to opioids has gone to jail.
I miss simpler days. Remember when there was what was it, Olestra in everything, and everyone was shitting their pants?
Yeah.
Remember that? That was good times. Good times in the 90s. Everyone's like, fat-free chips. Let's shit our pants. I live for that. That's good times.
Was that around when Julia Roberts was famous still?
That was 90s. That was like mid to late 90s.
Was that her Erin Brockovich year?
Did I miss the memo? Is she not famous now?
She still is. I'm just kidding.
No, she's doing that show on. She's got a show like a Watergate related.
First Ladies. It's about she's playing Pat Nixon.
She's played.
Pfeiffer's in it too, isn't she?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
She played Betty Ford, and she said she would never play a real person again.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer just has a lot of issues, doesn't she? She's
Viola
never happy.
Davis is in it. She's playing Michelle Obama.
Have you seen those eyebrows?
No.
She did Michelle dirty because remember how Michelle had those real thin eyebrows?
Yeah.
Oh, Viola's done it. Viola's got. I think it's not even. I think she just pulled her eyebrows out. This is pencil. Like, oh, she did her dirty. She did.
Glued
So
the
check
drag
out-
race. They glued them her real ones
Yeah,
over and just
she's
drew a
glued
line
them
on
down.
them.
She's a queen. All right. Speaking of sticky situations, now we have to make, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys about this before the story went up on our page, but we have to talk about the news story that's floating around about Madeleine McCann at the moment, because what the news is presenting is not factually correct. So they are saying that Christian Bruckner has been charged with the murder. This
That's
is
not what the
incorrect.
Portuguese.
This
Yeah.
is incorrect.
That's not what the Portuguese police have said.
There has been no charges laid. He is a suspect and he is in custody.
Yes.
Now, what that smells like to me, and he has been in custody for a long time for an unrelated crime.
But he was a suspect for years.
He's been a suspect
He's
for
been a
years, and
suspect for like
what
all
this
along.
smells like to me is that he has incriminated him, and this is going to be very blunt, and very obvious. So if you're a little bit offended by like murder talk and whatnot, sorry about it. He's incriminated himself, but he won't tell them where the body is.
Well, isn't that
Because
the,
there's not enough.
guy who
There's not.
killed
There's not.
Natalie?
Yeah, there's not evidence to charge the guy. Because if they charge him and they
There's
don't
no
find
body.
the evidence, they're fucked. So
Well, the gentleman that killed Natalie
something's not
Holloway,
right. Yeah.
or it's never been proven that he killed Natalie Holloway, but he's the major suspect who's
Yeah.
also in jail in Brazil for killing someone else.
Hmm.
I can't think of his name.
This is why you need to be so careful with how you state things, because like if they say the wrong thing or do the wrong action, it's only going to take a good lawyer to go, that's incorrect, blah, 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 blah. And he gets away with potentially, allegedly,
Mhm.
murdering this little girl.
He's already gotten away with it, without well, I don't know what Portuguese law states.
Yeah.
But in this country,
don't.
without a body, you can't charge.
Exactly. And if they say even if they say he is charged, because I looked on the ABC News website and even they've got a whoopsie daisy, we need to fix this,
Mhm.
Yep.
So they have to be very careful. But speaking of feel good times and punishment not fitting crimes, Joseph Fritzl might be getting out of jail, everyone.
Oh.
Because apparently he's been deemed no longer a threat. He is of a very accelerated age at this point, but that's not the point, is it?
Yeah,
This is
I think
crime and punishment.
Rot.
Crime
Tell
and
everybody
punishment.
what he did, Steve.
So Joseph Fritzl locked his daughter in a labyrinthian tunnel basement beneath his house for I can't remember how many years it was now. It was how many years was it? I can't remember. But yeah, and did horrific things to her. So which we're not going to go into because today's already been a bit horrific. But I thought
Why let them see the light of day?
When you go to jail, you should stay in jail if you're guilty.
Well, there's been a couple of criminals in this country that were let out on compassionate release because they developed like end-stage cancer or end-stage disease. And so somebody has compassionately let them out to die alone. It's like, well, your victims didn't get to.
But this is exactly why we'll talk about a little bit of inside baseball. I contacted Deborah.
Compassion.
Yeah, I contacted Deborah Tate to try and get an interview. Who is Sharon Tate's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't doing interviews at the time, but it was very lovely in her correspondence. But this is why that family, that's their job. They ever since their daughter / sister was murdered, that family has dedicated their life to victims' rights and making sure that the people that perpetrate these crimes are actually punished for it. Because every couple of years, the Manson family members come up for parole, and they've they found Jesus. They found Jesus. Everything's okay and forgiveness. I'm like, you didn't give that woman or those people any sympathy or anything. You don't deserve it.
But some of the sentences aren't enough too. Like, I was going to say Alison Baden Clay's husband who murdered her, is going to be out of jail probably in 5 years. Like, he's done 10 years already. His sentence was 15 years. Like, what is that for murdering the mother of your children in cold blood? And you go to jail for a short stint. Then you can come back out, have more kids if you want, do whatever you want. Like, it's just doesn't sit with me. I'm an advocate for capital punishment, if I'm honest.
I don't
People
think
who
it's
do
about
horrible things like that.
I know that I get the dirty, rotten liberal title all the time because some of my positions are liberal. But I do think that the death penalty is more humane. When you think about Jojo Chernaev, the kid, the Boston Marathon bomber, he was like 18, 19. He's sentenced to life in prison, and he's spending that entire life in solitary confinement. I'm sorry, the death penalty is far more compassionate.
Tough luck, though. Do you know what I mean? Tough luck.
You know, far more compassionate for that.
Sit there and write. Sit there if you are willingly. Like, there's a big difference to accidentally running someone over and killing them, and then packing a backpack full of explosives, knowing that you want to A, maim, or B, or kill people.
Well,
and
at that age, their frontal lobe's not completely developed. They don't have that executive function in their brain.
Nah,
you know?
sorry.
I mean, you could easily be indoctrinated into cults at that age.
That's those boys that kill. Oh, and I'm going to hell for forgetting this kid's name. Remember they killed the little boy in England, and they've come out here to Australia. They were like 10 or 11 when they killed him. Look it up. Look it up. They're here, out here living a life, you know, after killing a child, but, you know, as we do.
Well, England likes to send their criminals here.
This is really good. Yeah, hello. We're down to the bottom.
Well, that's how you guys were founded, right?
Right. Speaking of twisted, weird stuff, how much are you following with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Every day it's like, ugh, really?
It hasn't been going on for that long, but it's just like, jeez,
a lot.
So much come out.
Can we just tell Johnny Depp to stop trying to be cool? You're like 100.5 now. Fucking cut your hair.
I don't even think it's that.
Get out of the desert. Jesus, Johnny, you look like shit.
I'm going to sound like Meryl Streep. I have doubt. Around this whole case.
I think it was a toxic relationship. I think they hate each other.
I don't know that he is this maniacal wife beater that she's trying to proclaim him as. He's not innocent. He's obviously a drug addict and an alcoholic and has some mental health issues. But she sounds fucking loony.
They're both. I think there was an abusive relationship on both sides. I'm going to bet they swung at each other all the time.
I just, the more that comes out, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, you would have to notice this when you were dating someone, right? But if you're a drug, if you're a drug addict, an alcoholic, I guess you're right. Yeah, no.
Well, does anybody remember when Angelina Jolie was with, what the fuck is
Billy Bob?
Billy Bob. And they want each other's blood.
We're getting attention.
That's a healthy relationship to me.
I'm just like,
what is other issues?
All their behavior, like, she threw a vodka bottle at him and his finger got sliced off. Like, holy fuck, that's crazy enough. Then he goes and runs around painting messages on the wall with his stump. Like,
and he sends out text messages to his friend, can we burn her then kill her or something?
But this is the thing. There was an audio thing saying that that didn't happen now. So the case is changing like at the drop of a hat. But there's also there's audio proof and stuff of her admitting to hitting him. But then there's also audio proof that bottle didn't sever his finger, so it happened some other way. And that she shit all over the house and blamed the dogs. And then it's just like, who are these people? What is going
drug
on
addicts.
in this world?
Drug addicts, yes.
What is happening? Oh, I live for the simpler days. Look, and this is a kind of poor
how could you shit through your house? I'm too scared to even wear my shoes on my carpet.
This is poor taste. This is poor taste, but I prefer my drug addicts when they used to sing torch songs. But
What good as
So
sitting alone
let's-
in your room.
Hey, but this is controversial.
You
So
gotta
we all
sing it.
thought this was going to be the nice happy moment from the Oscars. Turns out that they fucked Liza over hardcore because she never
Well-
wanted to be seen. This is according to her friend. So
Right.
again, allegedly, not from
Michael
the voice
Feinstein.
of herself.
Okay, so wait, we've got
Um,
to preface this with what the story's about because remember we got listeners now.
I just said that.
Listeners.
I just
No.
said that.
No, we
I
were
did.
talking.
Yeah, you
That-
were talking over. You were talking over me. So we're talking about Liza Minnelli and Lady
Sorry,
Gaga's
bitch.
appearance at the Oscars, where she was featured in a wheelchair. Now, the original concept for her appearance was that she was going to be sitting in a director's chair. Liza in the early 2000s was diagnosed with encephalitis, which has really affected her mobility of late. So she's had some back problems and stuff like
clearly
that as
some
well.
other cognition issues.
Yeah, and swelling of the brain, that's
know.
what you expect, that kind of thing.
Right.
So she said that she wanted to appear in a director's chair. She didn't want to worry people about
She
her
got
appearance.
a standing ovation.
Exactly, I know, but
It's
I
not
I
like
get.
Hollywood said, "Oh, she's in a chair. Get her out of here."
I know, but it's but
Do you
because
think
of
it's
the
not
because
to
of
worry
You
because
understand,
it was a
like,
because
man?
if someone
Lamb.
slapped someone else, they kind of abandoned all plans that she's going out in the chair, and she was begging with them to not do it. She goes, "I don't want to go out in the chair. Please don't make me go out in the chair." That's not cool.
I mean, but
Like,
I'll-
take away the fact that she's a legend. She's an EGOT. She's
Well, they
the
scared Will
child-
Smith
she's
was
the
going to come
child-
up and
She's
smack her
She's
one
the
too.
child of a
No.
she's a child of a legend, but she is an adult
she's a legend
older
in her
woman.
own right. Let's not take
Yeah,
away
this is.
from her.
I'm not
accomplishments.
taking it. I'm
Yeah,
not. She's
a legend in her own right.
She's probably let's be honest. She's probably the last old school Hollywood legendary actor that is still
Mhm.
with us.
Oh, we got Joan
and-
Crawford's.
Joan Crawford's
Joan's
dead.
dead.
Joan's been dead for years.
Joan's dead, honey.
Oh
To
dear,
break it to you.
he's a bad guy. He got Joan Collins and Joan Crawford confused. I bet you. Anyway, no, why hangers? Anyway, I get excited about things. Yeah, I just found it very disrespectful in any way that they're just gonna force her out there and slump.
Well,
You know what I
if
mean?
it truly did happen, then somebody owes her an apology. Certainly, Gaga could have done the whole thing herself.
Well,
You
I
know?
think that the saving grace was Gaga. Do you know what I mean? I think that she may have just.
But I don't understand their reasoning for, because someone got up and slapped someone, we have to make sure we can roll you off in a hurry now. Like, why? Were they
Because
worried
they're-
Will Smith
they
is going to
think
smack
somebody
her
else
one
is gonna
too?
come and
Like,
slap.
that's the
I
thing.
don't
If
think
you're
that
so
was
worried
huge,
about the
yeah.
person in your audience, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
don't roll someone out there in a chair that doesn't want to be in a
Or
wheelchair.
do you know what? Here you go. Don't go on a plane.
Oh,
This is a very bad
That's
photo,
horrible.
but
Well,
It's a still of the video.
Mike Tyson has taken Fight Club to the air.
there's several people on that plane who say that he was being harassed.
Correct.
I watched the video,
Right.
and you actually saw this guy, and the guy actually hit Mike Tyson with a water bottle, and that was the final straw for him. He was
Can I ask a
constantly berating
question?
him.
All right, I'm not victim blaming, but what is Mike Tyson doing in economy?
I didn't look like he was in economy. It looked like
No,
he
I
had
think
one
he
of those
was in
shells,
business.
the business class shells.
Yeah,
Oh, what is
It
Mike
looks like-
just
Tyson
a little
doing?
drunk shit.
What is Mike Tyson doing in business class? Oh, is he bankrupt? He doesn't have money
He's
anymore,
had a
does he?
few problems along the way.
And it's probably just a domestic flight. Some of them don't have.
Still, babes.
Yeah, but anyway,
I
that kid, like, what a little shit.
And also the way he was.
Why
hitting
would?
him, it
But
didn't
why
look
would
like
you
he was
fuck
hitting
with
him.
Mike Tyson?
I
He
know,
bites
like-
people's ears off.
Can I go outside, go across the road, and like taunt my neighbor's Rottweiler, and then go, oh fuck, it attacked me? Like, I'm not saying it's okay what Mike did,
I'm not. saying
but
it's
if
okay
you've
what
already
Mike
going
did.
into a situation with pre-existing knowledge that this person is pretty violent, and I'm going to poke the bear, you reap what you sow. I'm not saying what Mike did is okay, and Mike will be charged. He'll be punished for it.
Nobody's
He'll probably
been
suffer
charged
more than
yet.
that kid.
he's probably going to get a civil lawsuit, and he's probably going to end up owing that kid who's a little shit some money. But it's from the video, and I'm not justifying Mike. I'm not taking Mike's side. I'm not a Mike Tyson fan. It doesn't look like he's hitting anything vital. It does look like he's punching into his side, into his thigh, or into his belly.
No, it was
doesn't
his
look
head.
like-
He actually he busted his head open. Because then the kid's sitting there, and his friends there, he's like, well, Mike Tyson just fucked you up. He's like, turn your head to the side. And he's sitting there, like, so drunk, like, showing him the wounds, all, like, almost
We'll have
proud,
to
but a
see that
bit
part of the
stunned.
video.
Probably concussed. But I'm just like, wow,
He
like, you're
wasn't
just
that
such a
brain smart
douchebag.
before.
So the
Let's get
airline
brain
should probably
smart
get
first.
sued too, right? If they're
Yeah.
serving people alcohol to that.
Yeah. Drunks
Oh.
on planes.
I think that kid boarded drunk. Because they were
Well, then
boarding.
He should have been, escorted off then, shouldn't he?
He should have been when
It
he was
won't-
harassing
it
Mike,
won't
and
just-
they should have
yeah.
intervened sooner. But Mike should have just simply
Well, we
said,
don't have
excuse
marshals
me,
on planes
attendant,
anymore."
this guy's harassing me. Done.
Excuse me, attendant. Yeah, the air where are the bring back the early 2000s or mid 2000s? Where are the air marshals?
Gone. They're gone.
I want to know that you have a gun on this plane.
Well,
I need to know
when I
these
was-
things.
When I was a kid, back in '06,
When the Wright brothers flew
we
Vera
didn't
around.
need marshals on planes. People knew how to yes, when the Wright brothers were serving their demi-tasse cups on the wing of the plane.
Vera
Yeah.
smoking, going,
Sitting across from a very alive Joan Crawford.
yeah, Joe's in first class going, don't
Even I'm
fuck
not that
with me,
old."
fellas. This ain't my first time at the rodeo. Vera's
But
like,
people didn't used to know how to behave. You didn't have these incidents in the air.
well, see, people used to also dress up to fly as well, remember?
they
They used
did.
to,
Yeah.
Well, you also didn't get crammed into 18 inches like a
This is correct.
sardine.
This is correct.
But there wasn't a million people
I've
boarding
got
the
to
plane.
do I've got to do a Jeffrey joke. 18 inches. That sounds like Luke's dream, man. Oh,
Oh,
I had to do it. He was absent.
it was beneath you.
Yeah,
That's what
well,
he said.
that's what he said.
Yeah, I think we put Steve down here now.
Ooh, that theme moves. I wish someone had put me down. It's one of those days, kid. It's one of those days. Put me down.
One of these days, you guys are gonna make me spew it through the nose.
Put me down. Put me
I did that
down.
to Jeff on our Vampire and Blood interview, if you want to go back to from last week, where he
He
started
did lose it.
laughing. And I left it
Actually,
in. I couldn't help it.
I made Jeffrey laugh on this week's What Had Happened Was as well when we were talking about hangovers. He had a
Oh,
little
really?
spurt out the nose. Yeah.
Oh,
I
he's
didn't
a
realize
spurter.
that was that. I didn't realize that was that funny. I said. But anyway, speaking of
Sounds like
bosses
my
that have
kind of date.
Sounds serious sometime. Speaking of bosses that traumatize people, we are going to talk about this article. A man has secured $450,000 settlement after his work colleagues threw him a birthday party against his wishes. Kevin Burling, 29, was working as a lab technician at Gravity Diagnostics in Kentucky when his co-workers held a lunchtime celebration for his birthday back in August 2019. But Mr. Burling had said he subsequently suffered panic attacks from the unwanted attention and was soon fired from Gravity Diagnostics. Managers started giving him a hard time for his response to the birthday celebrations, Mr. Burling's lawyer said. They actually accused him of stealing his co-workers' joy. So he was then, he obviously then took legal action.
I
And
want to
has
know how
got
come his joy is worth
$450,000.
$450,000 and the Sandy Hook kids are only worth 120.
Yeah, like, whew, $450,000 for it, and you
He
got
got a
cake.
party
And you
and
got
got
cake.
paid.
And look, we're not making light of people that have issues with,
No,
anxiety
but I
and
think
stuff
this
like
is
that. A comedy-based podcast, but Jesus Christ, $450,000. But they did do the wrong thing. He expressed that he didn't want the party. They went ahead with it anyway, and then they fired the bastard for his reaction.
know.
I'm like, it's like saying Mike
That does
Tyson,
strike as
if you
wrong.
punch me in the back of the head, I'm going to punch you, and then get fired for it. Like, You can't
But
expect
then
to
Vera
like,
Brett does bring up a good point too. Why do these like certain suits seem to make so much money, and then like
Yeah.
something really serious like the Sandy Hook
Hook,
kids?
$120,000 a child.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
That's offensive just in general.
It's offensive.
That is offensive. I've got two. All right, I want to talk about Harry. I
Again?
want to talk about Harry Styles.
Oh, Harry, the other Harry.
Okay.
Oh.
How do we fit? All right.
Handsome Harry.
What do we know? What do we know about Harry, guys? What do you?
Oh, not a lot.
I thought
Harry?
he was one of the famous pansexuals.
All right. So Harry is obviously headlining Coachella. They're actually renaming it Harry Chella at the moment because the response to his performances have been huge. Now, Shania Twain iconically came out and performed with Harry because he has said that he's a huge fan of her many, many times. There's a few comments and things that have really made people go, "What?" This week. He said that Shania taught him how to sing and also taught him all men are trash, which is, which is a fairly generic comment,
I think that references her lyrics.
Yeah, I know. And then, then Harry,
that don't
who
impress
is,
me much.
who has kind of broke away from the boy band image and, is gender non-conforming. Is gender non-conforming with what he wears and stuff like this. Premiered a new song called "Boyfriends," and he said to the crowd, "Who here has a boyfriend, or who here's had a boyfriend? This song is dedicated to boyfriends everywhere. Go fuck yourself." So, I don't know how much you know. I don't know how much you guys know about Harry, and if you love a conspiracy theory, you will get on this train and you will go, "Okay, I'll watch one video." 4 hours later, you're like, "It's true, it's happening." Have you guys heard of the phenomenon known as Larry Stylinson?
No.
So, way back, as far as One Direction, the formation of One Direction, there has been a rumor that Harry Styles, and
when
his
Harry met Larry,
Harry's bandmate Louis Tomlinson have been in a relationship since One Direction, but they aren't allowed to actually, be out in the open with it because of management and da 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 da. Sounds very far-fetched, right?
Not really.
You get on YouTube, there are people that dedicate channel and Twitter and TikTok channels, and they hunt down the smallest bit of video evidence and lyrics, and like it's like I fell way into it, and part of me hopes it's true. I'm like, that's really I don't know, it's like tragic and gay. It's like, oh my god, they love each other but they can't be together. Oh,
Romeo and Juliet.
I love it. But on the flip side of things, Harry is getting a little bit of blowback for queer baiting. So, taking the that sounds really good. The good parts of queer sexuality and using them to, promote his music without actually without living the lifestyle and having the experience. Do you think that
do we even
matters?
know his lifestyle?
We don't know, and he refuses to be drawn on it. So, do
we want to demonize him?
No,
no matter what his sexuality is.
This is the thing. You look back at classic Hollywood. I mean, they're all getting around with each other, and no one seemed to bother back in the day.
And even Liza knew that. Oh,
well, Liza probably dated half of them. Hey,
like Cher. I
was married to Peter Allen. Come on. So this is what Harry himself has had to say on it. It's not like I'm sitting on an answer and protecting it and holding it back. It's not a case of I'm not telling you because I don't want to tell you. It's not, ooh, it's mine and it's not yours. It's who cares? Does that make sense? It's just who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's no one's business.
Woke, pretty woke in a good way. I didn't want to have an opinion on the dude, but I kind of like the dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, look, and he's kind of handsome too, doesn't he?
He seems pretty groovy. He seems pretty groovy guy. you know.
He's
It's
coming
like
out
what
in the
Johnny
next
Depp
Marvel.
wishes he
He's
still
gonna be
was.
in the next generation Marvel movies, isn't he?
He is. He's already in. He was in the. Oh,
And yeah,
if you
the
haven't,
Enchanted-
if you haven't seen
The
the
Eternals.
Eternals by Marvel, please hold your ears and go like this for the next 40 seconds. La 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 la. Okay, now, so Harry Styles actually turns up at the end, the post-credit scene of Eternals. He is Thanos' brother. Boom. Okay.
Oh,
And has an Australian accent randomly.
g'day,
Like,
mate.
that's not British. He's doing a movie called Mr. Policeman where he has gay sex.
Ooh. Timothy
Harry,
Chalamet did a
Harry,
whole movie
Harry.
on gay sex.
We love a good movie on gay sex. Oh,
Timothy
remember
Chalamet's
Threesome?
not hard on the
I keep
eyes
bringing
either.
that movie up. I bring that movie up every 12 months or so. Remember the movie Threesome with
Threesome.
Stephen Baldwin?
We talked about it
and
very
Lara Flynn Boyle?
recently.
Oh, that movie was so sexy. I was like, oh.
There was threesomes in it.
My teenage self didn't know what to do with it. It was like, oh. All right. Look, I thought we were going to be struggling for time, but V, it's you, babe. You ready for this?
I am ready for this. and I'm
Okay,
gonna
here we
places
go.
I
We've
never
reached
thought I was
the-
gonna go.
Oh, we've reached a little section called Vera Van. Okay, V, 3,
I'm
2,
ready.
1, vent.
This week in Vera News, something terrible happened in Syracuse. There was a viral video of the Syracuse Police Department detaining an 8-year-old boy. And I am always on the side of justice, even though sometimes it doesn't seem that way. I was prepared to get up here and rant about the video that went around, the things that were said, the systemic racism that was revealed. And today, the city of Syracuse and the mayor of Syracuse held a press conference. This is my backyard. This is my hometown. This is where I live. To see this video come out about the place I live was distressing. And to watch the video was heartbreaking. And yes, it was all over the country. Jeff put it up on our page. I'm sure some of you saw it. It shows 4 police officers grabbing an 8-year-old child off of a bicycle and shoving him into a police car. Now, when I was in journalism school back in '06, we had to watch a movie called The Rashomon Effect. And the movie basically is, you see this woman with no sound walking down the street. A man in a dirty coat with dirty hands accosts her. She yanks out of him. He comes back to her. She gives him her wallet and walks away. And you have to write down what you saw, and you have to report it as if you were writing the factual account. And all of us saw this man, this dirty, homeless man, rob this woman of her wallet. Then they put in the sound. And the guys behind her screaming, honey, honey, I haven't finished the garden, but I got to go to the hardware store and I need money. And he grabs her hand and she's like, you're all dirty. And she pulls away. And then she gives him her wallet. And it's called the Rashomon Effect. And it's when what you see isn't the actual truth. Today, I got to see what happened. And it does turn out that the guy in front said some pretty politically incorrect things, but these officers have been dealing with this child for quite some time. The officers knew the child's name. The officers knew where he lived. And they did, in fact, take the child to the child's parents. My point, though, is not about what happened in that video. My point is the part that is most distressing about this were the comments. Syracuse.com, Syracuse newspapers, everybody had printed this video, and the comments were black and white. The child's a thug. He needs to go to juvie. The child needs to be taken away from his parents. Why isn't CPS involved? Why is this child still on the streets? This child is terrorizing our neighborhood. Or those police need to fry. Where's their badges? We need to strung them up. Everything was black and white. The whole world is polarized. You're right or you're wrong. As this video shows us, we need to get up to a point where discourse is civil. We do not need to play into the Rashomon effect. We need to not rush to judgment. We need to take the time to find out what happened. Nobody wants to see a young child treated badly. But these police knew this child's name. And at one point, the police officer does say to the child, if you want to see me that bad, you can just give me a call. I'll come visit you. You don't have to act out to get my attention. Now, like I said, this is my backyard. Over the years, I've seen lots of stories about shop with cops where police officers take disadvantaged children to the mall and buy them shit, or cops passing out bikes to kids who don't have them. I don't want to demonize the cops. You know, I do believe that Black Lives Matter, but I do believe you can respect the police and still expect them to be held to a higher standard. But I also believe we can't rush to judgment. When the whole truth came out, this wasn't as black and white as it seemed. Please, we got to remember our kindness. Thank you.
So correct, because the truth isn't always in the black and white. It's in the shades of grey that you find the reality of what the situation is.
And I think the video that was shared was a little bit one-side opinion, and then I've seen it's been, that post on our page has been reshared by other people because it notifies us as Uncensored admin. And some of the comments on the shares on other people's pages, I'm just like, wow. Yeah, so it's exactly what you said, Vera. It's either one or the other.
It doesn't make it any easier when people add their prejudices onto it as well.
Right. And
you're not going to find the truth that way.
There's also there's a whole bunch of victims in that reel. The gentleman who happens upon it without knowing the whole story is a victim. He's traumatized by what he sees. The child is traumatized, whether it's because he's being caught or because he didn't want to be caught, whatever the trauma is, he's clearly bawling. But all four of those police officers were also traumatized because they got accused of something that they really weren't doing. And though the one officer makes a comment that he really needs to examine under a microscope, I think we've all rushed to judgment.
Definitely. So, we just have to, I think you have to be smart with the information. This is in anything. You have to be smart with the information that's handed to you and do your own research. Don't believe everything you're told verbatim or what you see or not what you see, what you are shown by other people.
Well, also, this was not a Derek Chauvin incident.
Yeah.
This wasn't a police officer kneeling on someone's neck.
No.
You know? So
I
like to think that we can get to a place of kindness.
Even we have to realize that even though we walk around with these things in our pockets, you know,
right,
whatever, they have bias. The footage that they show has a bias because someone has chosen to record it for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It's not a blameless, opinionless third party. Sometimes it's part of the problem. You see those people. You saw it when everyone was doing those masks. You know, I don't have to wear a mask. Rah, rah, rah. I'm going to film myself. You can't do this civil liberties bullshit. You were filming it for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So be smart, people. We try and give you as rounded an opinion as we can. So do your own research. We are individuals. We have our opinions, and that's what our show's about, different opinions. So if you don't agree with us, always tell us. But, you know, jump on here. Speak to us. Share your opinions. We will either agree or disagree, but that's part of the world. And how you handle it dictates how good a human you are, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, just discussion. You're never going to meet in the middle if you don't discuss it.
Yes, it's better than, you know... doing genocide on live TV, but hey, if you're Russia, you can get away with that.
Well, they haven't really gotten away with it yet, have they?
We'll see. We'll see. We could all have glow in the dark shadows at any moment. It'll be hot times, literal hot times. All right. Well, this has been us today. We've done it. We have the Three Musketeers have ridden into the sunset of today and this week's UCL Live. Please, Bonanza style.
Come on, Stevie, join us.
Please make sure you join us next week when hopefully we have a few friends to join us. But I've had a really good time today, guys. It's been nice to have a small group of people. We will see you next week. How we ended up this way is obviously on Mondays. Tuesday we'll have something for you. I don't know what it is yet, but we will have something for you. Who knows? It could be anything.
Could be.
With Uncensored Radio, it
Who
could be
knows?
anything. So we will see you. Stay safe, stay loved, and we will speak at you soon. Bye, kids. Just on that, just wait. I have to say, just on that Mike Tyson thing, you would think like fighting with Mike Tyson's a stupid thing. It's like doing drugs with Charles Manson or going for a sleepover at John Wayne Gacy's house. It's never going to end well.
Or telling Charlie Sheen, oh, don't worry about condoms.
Oh, controversial.